I picked up... I almost knocked my board over. Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to Beauty Bleeds Makeup, and today I have a very fun, exciting video. The VIB sale just happened at Sephora, and if you don't know what that is, twice a year Sephora has a sale. The first is in April and it's 15% off, and then the second sale in November is 20% off, which is really exciting if you love buying makeup. It's the best time of the year to go out and try new things, maybe buy some palettes that you thought were out of your price range, or to restock on your favorite items and foundations, which is pretty much what I do. So I'm going to show you guys what I got from the sale. Thanks so much for watching, and let's get started. So the first thing that I got is the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Holy crapola. So look at this palette. Look, it's so gorgeous. I can't even talk. I used it today, and so far I'm madly in love with the palette. These are some of the most buttery eyeshadows that I've ever used, and my favorite eyeshadows of all time are the Kat Von D eyeshadows, and I think these are just as good. And I love the color range. I mean, it's a warm palette, but there are still some neutrals in there, so you can create, okay? So you can create quite a lot of looks out of this, so I'm really going to get a lot of use out of this for the fall and the winter time. And I'm going to insert some close-up shots for you guys so you can see the true beauty of this palette. I can't wait to play with it more, and let me know if you guys want me to film the look that I'm wearing using this palette, because I'd be happy to film that for you guys. Next thing I got is the Kat Von D Ink Liner in Trooper. This is my favorite black eyeliner. This is my 5th one of these, I think. I also love the tattoo liner, but the ink liner for me is just a little bit easier to use. So I'm really glad I grabbed one of these, but can't live without it. It's a must-have for me. Holy grail product. So I used to shop at MAC, but I no longer do because they are not cruelty-free. And over the past year, I have been going through my collection and getting rid of or passing on some of my non-cruelty-free products. And it's a real bummer because I love the MAC blushes. I think they're the best formulas, and I have been trying to find replacements for one of my absolute favorite blushes, which is Lovejoy, which is one of their mineral blushes. And I finally found a great dupe that is cruelty-free, and that is Becca's Mineralized Blush in Flowerchild. It is a really nice neutral baby pink with subtle gold shimmer into it. I'm wearing it today, and you can see that there's just this beautiful sheen to my face, and I'm absolutely in love with it. I also own the shade Songbird, which is like a warm golden bronze color, and it's actually really similar to MAC's Spring Sheen, which is one of my other favorites as well. Please excuse my neck and my chest. When I woke up this morning, my psoriasis kind of exploded all over the place. So my neck and my arms are quite red. Don't pay attention to it. And if you have psoriasis, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I grabbed 2 brushes from the new Kat Von D brush line. This is the number 40 concealer brush, and I used it today, which is why it's all dirty. But I'm in love. It is a synthetic brush, and it is perfect for getting in that under eye. You can get really great control in the inner corner of your eye. I also used it to clean up my wing liner, and this is the best concealer brush that I've ever used, and I'm really glad I picked it up. I also really love that it has kind of a pointy end, because what I've been doing recently is putting my foundation and my concealer on a palette and mixing to get the perfect color that I need. And because it has a pointy end, you can kind of do that with your palette. and then go in with the brush. You can see that it has kind of a 3D tapered angle, which is really interesting. I think Sigma had some brushes like this that were similar, but these ones are cruelty-free, so yay! I also purchased the number 10 foundation brush, which is pretty much like a larger. I also picked up the number 40 foundation brush from Kat Von D, which is pretty much a larger version of the number 40 concealer brush. And I'm in love with this brush as well. I used it today. Again, that's why it's sturdy. But again, you can really get in the corners, along the jawline, underneath the eyes, around the nose. Really, really get really close to the edge of your hairline without getting a bunch of foundation in your hair. It does a really good job of shearing out really thick formulas. Today I'm wearing my Too Faced Born This Way foundation. Usually I have to spend a little extra time blending that foundation out so it doesn't get cakey, and I didn't have to do that at all with this brush. It was really easy, and I can't wait to try it with my actual Lockit tattoo foundation. I picked up another Lockit concealer cream from Kat Von D in the shade L7 Warm, which is light 7 warm pretty much. I already own medium 17 warm, which is what I'm also wearing today. But I got this mostly for mixing, and for when I do get pale, I can do some highlighting and all that jazz. This is pretty much my favorite concealer ever, which is saying a lot because I'm also madly in love with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. It's one of my other absolute favorites. Speaking of more Kat Von D, sorry, I'm laughing at myself. I own so many of these, but I purchased another Kat Von D Lockit Tattoo Foundation. One of my favorite things to do during the sale is to buy foundations that I know that I love and make sure I get them in either lighter shades or a darker shade so that I always can use them year round. This is one of the new shades in Light 45 Neutral, which is a really great neutral shade. It leans a little bit more on the warm side, which I really appreciate. Obviously right now this would be way too light for me, but when I do get fair, this is going to be great. And I'll also be able to use this for mixing, similar to the concealer. And I'm obsessed with this foundation. I have 4 shades. Yeah, I'm that girl. So again, Light 45 Neutral, one of the new shades. I also picked up the Becca Aqua Luminous Perfecting Foundation in the shade Light. This is my favorite lightwear daytime foundation. It's so luminous. It's one of my favorite foundations to wear during the winter because my skin does get really dry and flaky, and it's one of the only foundations that doesn't cling horribly to my dry patches. You need like 1 drop. I also like to mix this in with other foundations. I love mixing my foundations. I think that's the best way to get the perfect foundation for you, is to custom mix and create other foundation mixes. But again, one of my favorites. The last foundation that I picked up is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Vanilla. Again, this is another Holy Grail foundation. This is the one I'm wearing today. It's very hydrating, medium to full coverage. I love how my skin looks whenever I wear this. It has coconut water, hyaluronic acid, so it's very skin plumping and it looks really natural. I also own the shade Light Beige. I actually used light beige and mixed in a little bit of vanilla, and I got the perfect color for me today. And then last thing I got as a 100-point perk, I got the Melted Matte liquid lipstick by Too Faced. It's a really pretty color. I was more interested to see if the formula is nice, and I actually found it to be really, really similar to the NYX Liquid Suede lipsticks, which is actually what I'm wearing now. I'm wearing the shade Cherry Skies. And so I like the Melted Matte Liquid formula. I just, since it's so similar to the NYX one, I probably won't purchase, but it's nice to have that I can add it to my collection. So here's some swatches of the foundation and the concealer that I bought from top to bottom. The Kat Von D Lockit Concealer Cream in L7 Warm. Next, the Kat Von D Foundation in L45 Neutral. Third, we have the Too Faced Born This Way Foundation in Vanilla. And last, we have the Becca Aqua Luminous Foundation in the shade Light. So that is it for this haul. I will not be doing hauls very often. I prefer to buy a few things at a time and really test them out so I can give you guys the best reviews possible. But it's always fun to take advantage of sales like this for high-end makeup. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and I hope you guys have a great day and a great fall. Bye, guys. Let me start that. I didn't like any of that. Okay. Feels so sexy. I saw this really funny Facebook post where it said, I need a coffee the size of my ass. I think I need that today. Okay. See you guys later.